born January 9th, 1929, and I was born in Orting, Washington, in my grandmother's home. Oh, all kinds of stuff. Climbed hills and swam a lot, and we lived right on the water, so we fished off the back porch. And it was a fun time. I remember my mother used to like to swim, and it was terrifying for me because she would swim out to where we could see her, and I was always afraid she wouldn't come back. But my house burned down, and so we had to move. We came to Parkland. So my aunt had a house there that was vacant, so we moved into that. But in the meantime, we were living in the warehouse down on the dock. That was when the house burned, we moved down there. And we had sheets and blankets covering the boys from the girls. But, we managed, and it was, but then we didn't know any different, so, I think probably I was a better person for having lived like I did, it was okay. We just didn't have much, and we didn't need much. I know when our house burned down, we had hundreds of boxes of clothes and toys and sent from Tacoma. My father worked on the boat on the Arcadia that used to run between Tacoma, and I remember if we had to go to a doctor, we'd have to get up really early to catch the boat to go to Tacoma. And I do remember the incident when the bridge fell. The Arcadia had gone under that bridge just seconds before the bridge fell. So, that was, my dad said he saw it twisting, but, they just went through and got through. It had been twisting for quite a while, but not that bad, We raised animals too, so we had cows and chickens and, a little bit of everything. When you'd show them, the kids would show them at the fair. So, in fact, we had the grand champion of the Jersey breed one year, and that's never heard of before because this cow wasn't even registered with the Breeders' Association. But because the association, the Jersey Association, got together and decided this cow deserves it, the grand champion, and they did let the rule fall and gave her the grand champion. The school I went to had 2 rooms, and the building is still there, by the way. But the lower grades were in one room, and the other ones were in the next room. And sometimes we only had one teacher for both grades, but it wasn't like high school. It was, I think it was 1 through 6 or something, and then 7 and 8, I'm not sure. And then every year we would have a carnival, and all the coaches would get dunked in the dump tank. And it was a good time. It was good. We'd have dances, and first thing I'd say was, "How tall are you?" Well, if they looked really short, I didn't want to dance with them because I was tall. So I was 5'7"3/4. The jitterbug and the don't get too close. I met him at Mount Rainier Organist Depot, and he was a pain in the neck. he worked on the vehicles, the Army vehicles, and I was in the tool room, and he kept wanting to take me out, and I said, no, that's okay. I didn't like to think about going out with any of the guys that worked there, so I wouldn't go out with him. And finally, he sent somebody else over, and I said, I really don't want to go out with him. I mean, he was a nice-looking guy and everything, but he just had an attitude. So I didn't want to go out with him, but I agreed. I had agreed one night, and by that time I had 2 kids. The kids just thought he was made in heaven, and so I said, well, I don't know why, but I didn't feel right, but I did. We went to a movie. We started to go to a movie, and I got in the car, and the first thing I did was sit on a whiskey bottle, and that turned me off, and I said, take me back home. And he said, oh, no, I can't do that. And he said, yeah, well, he took me back home. Anyway, that's how it started. I'm not sure I ever said yes. No. I drove school bus for 25 years. I enjoyed it. It was because I could be home when the kids were home. I had a lot of experiences while I was driving, but I have never, ever kicked anybody off my bus. I mean, that was phenomenal, because it just happens all the time. Somebody, I'm not taking him on my bus, But most of the kids liked me, and they respected me. But in order to gain respect, you got to give respect. And I tried to, when I was instructing over there, I tried to get that through to them, but they don't always listen. Well, you see it on TV with people screaming and yelling, and, how can you live like that? I mean, that must take a lot out of the person that's doing all of that, the screaming and the yelling. And I just don't see the point in it. But, yeah, I remember a funny time when there was a couple of the boys that were messing around in the back seat, and I told them, I said, knock it off back there. We're just playing. I said, yeah, and then somebody's going to get mad, and then it's not playing anymore. I said, stop now. Well, they didn't. So I pulled the bus over, and I stopped. And I said, when you guys are ready to settle down, I'll take off. So I took off. They did settle down, but the next thing I hear was a bang. One kid knocked the other kid's head into the window and broke the window. Needless to say, I wrote that up. They both got exited from the school bus, but I didn't have anything to do with that punishment. That was just overall. So, but they did. They had to, before they could get their grades that year, and they were seniors, they had to pay for that window. I think to the ocean, wasn't it, Wes? And to the football games, and to the, everywhere. Everywhere we went, we had a good time. All I can say is they were happiest times of my life, because everybody was having a good time, and they were great people to be around. We used to sing all the time. We'd get in the car, and everybody would sing, all the kids. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I think it was this family right here. They brought me more joy than anything I can ever remember, you know. They know how to make me happy anyway, just by being. I mean, when they call me on the phone, I'm pumped. I mean, I just have relied on them for, you know, since my husband passed. He died in '96. No, '95, and then my daughter passed in '96. That's the hardest. Especially my daughter, she was only 50. That's this beautiful lady right there. Yeah, she had cancer, ovarian cancer. Yeah, that's just breaks my heart, you know. There isn't a minute that goes by that I don't think about Sherry. She was just a special, special person. She loved everybody, and she was so kind and so thoughtful, and it wasn't a thing that I ever needed or wanted that she didn't try to, you know. So, yeah, that's probably the toughest time of my life. Brian and Darren and Kim and Teresa are her children. I've had that little house in the back. That used to be my husband's mom lived in there. And it was just a little garage at that time, so we built it into a house. And since that time, it's been mostly family that's moved in there. You know, like little Wes had his family in there for a short time until they got their house built out in Spanaway. Well, I've been blessed, I tell you, to have my family. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I got sick the first time. It seemed like my whole family was there the first day at the hospital. You know, just, and that's a big family, you know, and they came from all over. And I don't want to burden anybody. That's my main concern. I don't want to. Now, Bruce, Sherry's husband, he's my lifeline. He's the one that takes me to all the doctor's appointments. I have a hard time calling somebody and saying, I need help, I need whatever, you know. I don't want to bother people. But people are busy. They have their own families and they have their own, you know, and it's just hard for me to burden people. And I know it wouldn't be a burden to them, but it's still, I don't want to be a burden, you know. Yeah. I mean, I hear some of these grandmothers and they say, my kids could care less, you know, or my grandkids could care less. I haven't seen them in 10 years, you know, that kind of stuff. And it just breaks my heart because I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. I worry about this next generation. I see all these, all this fighting and riots and stuff going on that just not good. I don't think people. It's a lot easier to love than it is to hate, and I think that that's important. You know, I think people need to. I mean, I've had people say things to me, and my instinct tells me smack them in the mouth, you know, but I know that that's not going to change that person, and I'm just going to ignore it. I can't lash out at that person. So you have to just kind of bite your tongue and it'll work out. I have so much to do that I haven't done for almost 2 years. I've been sick. I had lung cancer, and they did this cyber knife on me. I didn't ever feel a thing. It was amazing. And the last time I went in, he said it's looking great. It hasn't gone anywhere else. I guess that's the thing with cancer, that it may be cleared here, but it may go somewhere else and catch too. So, but so far, I'm blessed. And I did have a stroke, so that set me back a couple of notches. But so, whatever God has in mind, it's a blessing. Well, I think, if you don't have faith, you don't have much, I think that's, like that boy will tell you, um, he's got such a strong faith that it's just unbelievable. And his mother said something to him when he was running, when he was doing, and he said, God wants me to run faster, he'll help me. It's all up to him, Be the best that you can be, and be kind, considerate, and thoughtful. Remember, everybody hasn't been raised like you have, It's hard for some of these kids that have to live in a homeless shelter to grow up to know that you're supposed to take a bath now and then, or you're supposed to, a lot of things that they need to know and do. But I think just be kind, be thoughtful, and considerate, just, I think, and to drive safely.